I got this shirt at TJ Maxx and I had the perfect skirt, but it needs a little TLC. The elastic waistband has completely rotted out of it. There's a hole in the slip and there's a few holes along the tiers. Because it's a tie-dyed skirt, all of the threads are different colors, and because I'm insane, I'm going to be using matching threads. I started with the tier with the biggest hole, and I did have to regather this so it would fit. And then instead of just sewing it down over that one spot, I went ahead and reinforced the entire seam. I did this for each of the tiers because I want to make sure that this doesn't happen again in the future. Once this was done, I seam ripped the waistband and the slip out of the skirt. The elastic I have to replace the band is much wider than the original, so I'm just going to fix this by opening up the waistband and using the slip material as a backer. This material is crazy thin, so I want as many layers on the waistband as I possibly can get just to make sure it holds up. Once I got the new waistband stitched in a circle, I lined it up with the original and attached them at the top seam. Then I ran a line of basting stitches around the top of the skirt so that I could gather it to fit the new waistband. Once that was done, I sewed the front of the waistband to the front of the skirt, or the outside of the skirt. Sorry, that's a little hard to explain. And then I folded over the back part of the waistband and ironed it down. Then, stitching from the top, I went very carefully all the way around, making sure to catch the back panel as I went, leaving a little hole for the elastic. This part was very finicky. You can see that the fabric is still extremely thin and see-through right here. So I just took my time, and then I reinforced that elastic as many times as I could just to make sure it holds up. And then I stitched that hole closed. Then, following the old seam lines, I went all the way around the waistband 3 times, pulling as I went to stretch out the elastic. This makes sure that your gathering is even the entire way around. And that's how I finished the skirt. This is what it looked like all done and on with the shirt. I'm really happy with it. The waistband sits exactly where I wanted it to. I did put the silk skirt underneath it just for a little extra coverage, but also it keeps the cotton skirt from sticking to my tights, which is nice. But thanks for sewing with me and tell me what you think.